then.
Kvaratskhelia. Stanisic desperately tries to get back at him. Kvaratskhelia! Dembele delivers. Headed in! All the way by João Neves! Olise drifting in. Now having a run towards goal! Goodness me! The pressure to tuck his penalty away with ease. And Dembele scores as well! Now Hakimi, with plenty of time to consider his options. Oh, they both missed it. Kvaratskhelia does not miss. Former first. Which way is he going? Here's Dembele. Vitinha's on the scene. Oh, Dembele's done it. Kimmich. Really good ball. Upamecano. Upamecano, make sure that run is a short-lived one. Here's Kane. Kane looking for Luis Diaz. What a ball! Brilliant control. Luis Diaz. Oh, incredible! But the flag's up. Danks will be celebrating in a moment. It's 5-4. One goal in it again. Bayern München came back again. 3-3 draw against Heidenheim in the Bundesliga. Here's Kvaratskhelia. He's getting away from Upamecano and pulling it back beautifully. And Dembele has broken the deadlock already. Luis Enrique's team put an extra goal between themselves and their hosts. Same attacking flair. Destructive. Davis. Kane. Kane scores! Maybe too late. Carl gets it up to Kane.
Dembele. Doué again with those twinkle toes. Well positioned, Raul Asensio, but he's dilly-dallied here, and did Courtois foul? Doesn't matter anyway, because Fabian Ruiz gives Paris Saint-Germain the early lead at the MetLife Stadium, and Real Madrid have only got themselves to blame. Rudiger, another mistake. Dembele, fleet-footed, takes his big chance. And Paris Saint-Germain, the Champions League winners, are looking on top of the world here in New Jersey today. 2 goals inside the opening 9. Desiree Doué. Hakimi. It's just so smooth for Paris Saint-Germain. How they carve their way through Madrid. Fabian Ruiz in for his second. What about this for a scoreline now? Real Madrid have absolutely no idea what's hit them here. As Fabian... This is the trouble when your defenders are up creating chances, and Hakimi, Militao can't stop it. He actually did really well, but Barcola keeping it alive. Oh, that's it. Good night, good luck. Gonzalo Ramos seals Paris Saint-Germain's place in the FIFA Club World Cup final. They've been head, shoulders, top hat, the whole lot.
Nuno Mendes puts the ball in. What a good delivery! And PSG have the lead. William Pancho's header into the net. Garcia is good enough. Leverkusen are level, and nobody could have predicted how that would have come about. Duel, Kvaratskhelia. Back with Desiree Doué, and PSG are back with the lead. It's back to him, and it's in for three. Hakimi's going into the box. He wasn't needed. It's 4-1. It's a quite wonderful. You're motoring and playing it through. And what a chance this is, which is taken, of course it is, by Nuno Mendes. Jeering teenage talent who we might well see at the World Cup. We should. That's a good effort. That's a brilliant effort. Nonchalantly dispatched by Alish Garcia. Well, he's made it 5-2. It's a superb goal that's almost got an air of sole return from injury. PSG have 6. Dembele and Vitinha again. This time he'll shoot and he'll smash in a 7th.
It on to Ousmane Dembele. Dembele skips through, is half dispossessed. Doué, oh dipping! Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. Doué's shot must have taken a deflection because it dipped horribly over the top of Mohamed-Ashvili. It was a crazy. It's a lovely ball. Kvaratskhelia in on goal and scores. Liverpool unpicked. Kvaratskhelia doubles. Paris Saint-Germain's advantage. Kvaratskhelia in the middle. Dembele onto his left. Oh, what a goal! Ousmane Dembele surely sends the European champions into the semi-final. It's a slide went astray. Kvaratskhelia to Barcola, who's in on goal, lays it square, and Dembele puts it in the back of the Liverpool net. The icing on the cake for the European
vuelve a recuperar el Paris Saint-Germain. Gonzalo Ramos con el recorte, pelota en la frontal, cuidado Kvaratskhelia, quiere pivotar, deja de caer el disparo, gol. El primero del partido lleva la firma del Paris Saint-Germain, tejió la jugada el equipo de Luis Enrique Martínez, recibió en la frontal Fabián, le pegó de primeras el futbolista español del Paris Saint-Germain. A Kvaratskhelia, le espera a Robin Lenormand, que tiene cartulina amarilla, deja la pelota Vitinha, corona del área, ojo, qué golazo, niño. ¡Gol! El segundo del partido lo firma el Paris Saint-Germain. La respuesta a la llegada del Atlético de Madrid fue Sedemery. Pique el balón al área, cuidado, el mano a mano, el centro, lo saca Llorente, quiere llegar en Valle, le cae la pelota en Valle, interviene Griezmann y el tercero. El tercero del Paris Saint-Germain. De momento, tú dices fuera de juego, Juanfran, pero el árbitro no lo anula en absoluto. Acabó llegando esa máxima. Kangelly entre palos sobra, que el remate para adentro. Marca el cuarto el Paris Saint-Germain. Lo marca Kangelly, el ex entre otros del Real.
Won it and tries to spark something. Rashford. Tielemans, can he pull it back? He's got it across, and Rodgers has got it in! Vitinha. Here's Doué. Into a shooting position! Oh, that's wonderful! Special goal from a very special young talent. Back to Hakimi. Fabian Ruiz finds Kvaratskhelia. Hakimi's furthest forward. Kvaratskhelia. Oh, he's got it away! What a goal! What a player! The Georgian genius gives PSG the lead. In McGinn. Dembele has other ideas. Oh, and he's broken the lines. What a chance! What a goal! It really is advantage Paris Saint-Germain.
It's found beautifully, and his flick deflects neatly into the pass of Mayulu. His first involvement. Desiree Doué across. Rossi with the touch. Well, he may not have been involved much, but he's made a telling contribution. He spread it to Desiree Doué, and first time it looked like it marked Jorginho against Safonov. The skip, the jump, the equaliser. Expertly taken as he sent Safonov the wrong way. Cruz up against Safonov, and he smashes in. No wonder they cheer. His first penalty. He steps up again here in Qatar. The Portuguese against Rossi. This time he makes no mistake. Only about keeping Flamengo on an upward trajectory. The left foot of the Spaniard, but it's stopped by Safonov. On his right foot. Oh, he's played it over the bar. Pedro steps up to the plate. Didn't really have a sniff since coming off the substitutes bench. And he's been denied by Safonov. Well, he thinks the Russian came off his line. They will check a sixth title in 2025. No problem. At least not from the spot from the Portuguese wing back. Oh, he's fired it straight to Safonov, who stood tall, who stood firm. And Paris Saint-Germain are on the cusp of winning the FIFA Intercontinental. He steps up. Oh, Rossi with a huge hand in keeping Flamengo alive. To net here for Paris Saint-Germain are going to win the trophy. Matvei Safonov, the hero, undisputed, and the Russian has gifted Paris Saint-Germain their first.
Creeps forward and beats him nonchalantly.
The goalkeeper, I don't even think he's watching the ball as he kicks it. He's still keeping.
Seconds left in the first 55. All of a sudden, PSG have stepped up through the gears. Ousmane Dembele. PSG step up through the gears, and Dembele does what he's been doing so frequently. That's 17 goals in a 10-game run, and he's scored in each and every one.
Get your football back in the game. You need to get a goal, and that's the problem. The frustration, not holding the ball.
Dembele rushes onto it. Dembele. 3-0 PSG, and he cannot stop scoring, especially against Brest.
Yeah, excellent work from Dembele.
Nuno Mendes, brilliant take, then he stumbled, but he gets the shot away, and PSG lead after 19 minutes, 1-0 on the night. Bradley Barcola, brilliant take, brilliant finish. 4-0 on aggregate. Dembele flicks it to João Neves. And back to him. Low cross in, there's a little step over the near post. Bastelia! Well, from an impossible angle, PSG are 2-0 up. So many red shirts, but PSG found a way. Fabian Ruiz. That one's in though. Vitinha. 3-0 PSG. So it's a lovely little flick around the corner here by Gonzalo Ramos, and PSG have a 4. Rattled home. 5th on the night. Hakimi is in behind. Will cross to the far post, and they get their 5th. There's another opportunity here, and it's just slipped in beautifully by Gonzalo Ramos, and it's 6. Strolled it in with a quarter of an hour to go. Could be in again here. Douay, it's in off the post. It's 7. Oh, what a wonderful. Across the back post. Koromani back in the middle. Charlison is there. That's a good goal. That's a really well worked goal, and Tottenham lead in the 35th minute. Super goal. Martinez there again, this time he buries it. It's 1-1 just before the break. Crucial time for Paris Saint-Germain to level.
As I said earlier, Spurs had retreated.
High delivery this time, looking for Richarlison around the back post. He got the touch on Gray, top the line, and then stopped it. Tottenham lead, start from close range. Very quick to come out at him, especially Romero. Vitinha, he's done it again. Second time in the game, Vitinha's pulled. It's risky, played out by Romero. It's a chance for PSG, and absolutely buried. Fabian Ruiz made Tottenham pay. Sloppy, playing out from the back. And swing away from the corner kick. It's loose, and it's buried. It's another one. Paco up from the back. There, gave it away. Moani. He's driven in another. What an extraordinary game. PSG 4, Tottenham 3. And get his hat-trick. Wrong foot, Vicaria. Paris Saint-Germain get a 5th goal.
Into trouble. João Neves picks the pocket of the England man. Hakimi. João Neves. PSG players waiting in the penalty area. Douay's there! Still a live ball for PSG. Hakimi. No options anywhere near him, just has to keep the ball. He does more than that. Achraf Hakimi, Ousmane Dembele!
Positives and frustrations for Paris Saint-Germain. Darwin Nunez causing consternation here. And Harvey Elliott. Oh! Extraordinary! What an entrance! Harvey Elliott strikes for Liverpool with what may well be his first touch.
Front line, they're in business.
That's a more than reasonable ball for Barcelona, and Dembele continues his run. And Ibrahim Konate gets there initially, but Dembele scores! The first to step forward. Slowly, but just about surely. Just about.
Well, he crept up to that ball there.
Well, who would you rather trust with the first one? And Salah delivers, of course.
Brilliant penalty. Donnarumma doesn't even move for that.
With this moment in mind. Into it cold, but ice cool.
Very good penalty. As I mentioned, see that a lot nowadays in modern football.
And Donnarumma makes the save. It's firmly advantage Paris.
Well, his teammates, big advantage to Paris if Dembele converts.
Oh, ice cool again. That was perfect from a player at the peak of his powers. Then Paris Saint-Germain can clinch it with the next kick. Pressure penalty for the Scouser. And Donnarumma denies him. And Paris Saint-Germain on the brink. Desiree Doué to settle it. And settle it he does. They've defied the Anfield atmosphere. They've created history.
This away, Adingra gets it wide to carry Enrique,
And Monaco have the lead inside a minute. Balogun heads Monaco in front. Balogun with a little layoff, and Balogun now with a run on goal, and the finish! Incredible! Anderson went to ground, but there's no foul being given, and João Neves is trying to create here. Barcola hurdling one challenge, finding Doué, who scores! João Neves, and space here for Desiree Doué. That's a good hit, well saved. Hakimi from the rebound, 2-2. Well, it's a brilliant finish from Hakimi. And the champions of Europe have turned adversity into parity.
disgraced. Here's Lewandowski. Getting back from Yasmin Lamal, and it comes to Rafinha, who makes the most of this chance with his right foot. And Barcelona have the lead. They have had the better chances.
Yes.
He's been at the thick of it, and probably a deserved score of the
didn't he?
Absolutely. Mbappe does get there. Rajo not very far away. Dembele, he's rifled it in. Just what Luis Enrique wanted. A strong start to the second half. And I was about to say Barcelona have kept 5 clean sheets in their last 6 games. A problem for Paris to score. Well, they put that statistic in. I mean, you could say the switch of Dembele's got them the goal. Fabian Ruiz, it's a lovely ball for Vitinha! What a turnaround here in Paris! Beautifully worked again, and Barcelona are still in the dressing room. Within 5 minutes. Visual error. Wipe smiles off faces.
Gundogan there, wrong option to try and get that back to Lewandowski.
And now it's Rafinha.
What a goal.
What to take. What a finish. Well, suddenly he puts his name into the argument again in favour of Barcelona. He made it 1-0, now he's made it 2-2, and that was... It's Gundogan, flips it in, and headed in from on the line by Christensen, who's been on a matter of seconds. And Barcelona have the lead in this roller coaster of an evening here in Paris. Change that, and he's done that past Nuno Mendes, and it's ended up in the back of the net. Rafinha was coming in, whether he got the final touch I'm not sure. He didn't instinctively celebrate, but it's a goal from their first real attack.
Yeah, it might well have been Hakimi that actually ended up.
The problem for Barcelona, he was when he came on in the first leg. Here he is again. It flashes across, and it's thrashed in by Dembele. Of all people. Decent contact here, but they can work it short. Hakimi. Shot for Vitinha. It's a big moment for Paris Saint-Germain here in Barcelona. Luis Enrique punches the air in delight, as does the goal scorer, and his teammates join in real celebrations. It's taken them less than 10 minutes. Here goes Kylian Mbappe, and he makes no mistake. He has his say in this quarter-final. He might be heading for Spain next season, but at the moment he's sending shockwaves through this part of Spain. Live the follow-up from Marco Asensio. Mbappe, they've gifted it. And Kylian Mbappe has been on the periphery of much of this.
Okay.
That's a great break, and Bernardo Silva comes out for Grealish, who smacks Manchester City into the lead.
To make a difference.
He's doing what Akanji was doing, and he's opened them up. And Grealish this time looking to be the provider. And Haaland.
We've seen him involved, he hasn't had a sniff.
Possibility for Barcola, who cuts it back. And
he's lifted his head. He's not kept his head down and just gone.
It's Vitinha. It's hit the bar. And the rebound tucked in by Barcola. Back of the net.
Well, PSG's response to going to...
Taken by Vitinha. And there is worse to come. It's João Neves at the back post.
He's on his toes, and that is not...
They're counting the seconds down, the Paris fans. And there could be something else to cheer here. There is. Gonzalo Ramos. They are checked. How did it get to Gonzalo Ramos? And it's given as a goal. It's wonderful for Ramos. It wraps it up at the ball.
Long diagonal from Vicario, and it's bouncing dangerously and off the bar and in. Spurs in front. Mickey van der Ven was quickest to react, and Tottenham Hotspur have the lead against all-conquering Paris Saint-Germain. And they've not picked up at the far post, and it's in for a second for Spurs. Christian Dembele, great ball, well defended by Romero. Turned around the corner by Vitinha, and that's a good try and an excellent goal to breathe life. Hakimi tickled on for Dembele, dangerous ball, it's in! Paris level! What a turnaround from the... And has only just come onto the pitch. Solanke steps up first against Lucas Chevalier, and Solanke, great penalty. No rustiness there from Spurs centre forward. Terrific strike from Solanke. Small run up. Portugal against Spain in the Nations League final. Can he do it in the Super Cup? Vitinha. Oh, it's wide. Sent Vicario the wrong way, but sent the spot kick the wrong way. Spurs from that club. Can he do the business for them on Italian turf here? Bentancur against Chevalier. Brilliant penalty again. Two really authoritative strikes from Spurs, and they have the ascendancy in the shootout. Well, this is terrific. Thumping penalty. Another who scored his in the shootout at Liverpool in March. Ramos straight down the middle, and it does the job for Paris Saint-Germain, and he has a couple of words for the Spurs fans behind that goal. So Van der Ven, who opened the scoring to keep Spurs in the driving seat. Van der Ven saved! Chevalier down to his left and gets the right contact on it to take, who is seen as the favourite to win the Ballon d'Or. Can he win the battle with Vicario? He can. Elegantly swept home by Ousmane Dembele, and we're all square. Conventional run up. Looks as though he may have been taking it. Tell stops and puts it wide. Well, Chevalier had gone the wrong way, but Tell didn't make anything of the 25 yards out. Can he deliver from 12 yards here? Lee Kang-in sends it in, and Paris are within touching distance now of the Super Cup. Composed penalty. Alive in the Super Cup. Pedro Porro scores quite brilliantly. Shrugged off all the pressure there, Porro. And now Paris have to do the business themselves to get over the line. Mendes for Luis Enrique's side. Looks like a short run-up. Mendes scores, and Paris win the Super Cup. The Champions League winners are victorious against the Europa League victors, and they have shown the spirit and quality of all-conquering champions here.
Good ball across, teed up and into the back of the net. Brilliantly worked goal, Bradley Barcola. Cross towards the far side, and Fernandez sending it in to Malo Gusto. 1-1. Chelsea's French fullback scores in Paris to level the tie-up. Malo Gusto suddenly in acres of attacking football. Dembele is going to go for this one alone, and Dembele scores! Sensational break from one end of the field. Duel, Pedro Neto steaming into the penalty area. Great chance, 2-2. Enzo Fernandez. Sharp, quick, direct. Neto to Fernandez. No chance. Fofana managing to keep Barcelona at arm's length. Oh, it's given away by Jorgensen. Here's a chance. Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha! What an absolute gift of a goal for Paris Saint-Germain. Given away by Chelsea's goalkeeper, Philippe Jorgensen. And he's paid a very, very big price. Vitinha restores the Parisians' lead at 3-2. Vitinha. 5 more minutes plus added time. 5 goals on the night so far. Kvaratskhelia goes searching for a goal. Oh, and he's found it! Sensational! It's a wonder strike, a thunderbolt from Kvaratskhelia. And Paris Saint-Germain have a little bit of daylight here now. Suddenly, Chelsea backpedaling, advantage here, and it is number 5, and it's Kvaratskhelia again. And Paris Saint-Germain are really that it had just been forgotten, and now there's real pressure, and Kvaratskhelia is in, and Mamadou Sarr on his chap. Caicedo losing his way in midfield, and Warren Zaire-Emery waiting for the appearance of Hakimi on the right. Look at the space. Hakimi into Barcola, 2-0. Absolutely lethal. Chelsea ripped apart there. For PSG, sending it into Hakimi. Mayulu! 3-0.
Getting close to Dani Olmo. That's a sloppy one.
And straight to the man you'd least want it to fall to in Lamine Yamal. Here's Rashford fed by Pedri. Ferran Torres! Paris wait for the flag. They hope for an offside decision in their favour, but Vitinha's concession of possession. Not often a goalkeeper who faces a barrage at home, culpable for the winning goal. Nuno Mendes, another buccaneering run, and it's worked its way through to Mayulu, who scores! Just the response that Paris were looking for. And is it going to be a case of history repeating? And Jontu feeding Vitinha. They're still looking for that window of opportunity as we head towards stoppage time, and they've got it here. Gonzalo Ramos! Well, they strike in lethal fashion. Hansi Flick. Desperate.
Timber with his eyes laser focused on the ball, and Paris Saint-Germain have the lead, and Dembele has scored after only 3 minutes play. It's a brilliant finish by Dembele. Clearing header, Fabian Ruiz, it did well! Hit it magnificently! Paris Saint-Germain won! Partey hasn't dealt with that. Hakimi! Marquinhos, Trossard goes on and is allowed to go on, and it deflects to Saka, and Saka can score for Arsenal.
him from Reinders, but Zaire Emery has shrugged him off. Advantage played by the ref, and Mbappe looking to take advantage. Of course he's done that. That always looked likely from the minute he got himself in that position, after superb work from the 17-year-old Zaire Emery.
Just kept his eyes on the ball.
Oh, look at the room Dembele's got here. Parried away, it's a tap-in for Kolo Muani. It's 2-0 now. Lee. It's a lovely take and turn from Zaire Emery. Pulls it back. There's Lee! And there's goal number 3. It always looked like coming.
Really nicely worked. Here he is on the ball here.
Vitinha fed in beautifully to Doué, and it's Hakimi, and it's just beautiful. Oh, hang it in the Louvre. It is a majestic goal from Paris Saint-Germain. He's got Fabian Ruiz up with him and Doué arriving. Ousmane Dembele on the ball. Jean Neves has made a run into the box. This is Desiré Doué, and it's deflected in. And Paris Saint-Germain are in dreamland. They're 2 up after 20 minutes. Doors have been opened here. Vitinha has found Doué. It is delicious. You will not see a better goal this season. It's a goal that is PSG's 150th of this glorious. There's no flag at the moment. It's Kavicha Kvaratskhelia. It's 4. Paris Saint-Germain are winning the Champions League and winning it in the rain. Barcola. Mayulu. Barcola. Mayulu. Oh! It's 5. It's going to be not only Paris Saint-Germain's first Champions League success, it's going